Did you know that removing sand from Boracay is considered a serious offense? Yep, and if caught red-handed, whether on the island, on the mainland, or at the airport, you may face a penalty of a fine amounting to 2,500 pesos and or imprisonment for a period of 1 to 3 months. And we know you'll also agree with us when we say that nothing beats appreciating nature in its natural setting. As corny as it may sound, it's best to leave nothing but footprints and take nothing but pictures when visiting Boracay. Bringing sand home is just one of the mistakes you should know to avoid during your visit to Boracay. This video is all about do's and don'ts to make a good Boracay trip great. What's up, beach listers? This is Hannah from Philippine Beach List. For more than a decade, our team, together with our partners at The Poor Traveler, have been exploring the Philippines to list out the best that the country has to offer. Boracay is a top-of-mind beach destination in the Philippines among local and international travelers. This resort island off the northwestern coast of Aklan has captured the hearts of beach lovers. And our team is not immune to its charm as well. We keep coming back. For many of us, it's our safe space. However, to fully enjoy our time on the island, it's crucial to plan ahead to avoid encountering bumps in the road. And that includes being aware of the common travel mistakes to avoid, which will make your trip as smooth as Boracay's famous velvety white sand. Before we move to the next item, this whole list is based on our experience as frequent Boracay visitors, not as experts. So if you have any thoughts or more tips, drop them in the comments below. Boracay is a year-round destination. Whichever month you visit, you'll find something interesting to do in Boracay, but not all months will give you the same experience. To determine the best time to visit, you need to consider 3 factors. First, weather. Second, foot traffic or crowd volume. And third, algal bloom season. In terms of weather, the best months are between November and May. This is considered the dry period, specifically from February to May. However, it's also the busiest time or the peak season, especially during Holy Week, so expect to share the island with thousands of tourists. Note also that the March to May period is also the coming out season of the algal bloom along White Beach. The period from June to October is considered the rainy season in the Philippines. This is also the season when most typhoons like to spend their holiday in the country. Knowing these factors and conditions will help us manage our expectations. If you want to avoid big crowds, algal bloom, and rainy weather, book a trip between November and January, but skip the days around Christmas and New Year's Day. Boracay is brimming with hotel choices, from luxury to mid-range to budget. It doesn't matter if you travel solo, with your partner, family members, friends, or colleagues, because Boracay has mastered the art of hospitality. When booking a hotel, making a reservation well in advance is beneficial. There are 2 reasons for this. First, it's a sure way to secure a place to stay in Boracay, especially during peak season. And second, hotel rates are usually cheaper when you book in advance. Although no longer required when visiting Boracay, a confirmed hotel booking is highly recommended because you might get asked for it at Katiklan Port. Our editor Pai traveled to Boracay a couple of times last year and experienced being asked randomly by a staff member at Katiklan Port for their group's booking confirmation on one of those trips. And for your security, choosing an accredited accommodation is strongly suggested. We created articles on top luxury, mid-range, and budget accommodations in Boracay. You can find the links in the description or pinned comment. If you're booking on Klook, don't forget to use our promo code PHBeachKlook for discounts. Always keep the needs of our elderly and PWD companions in mind. While Boracay is generally an easily accessible destination in the Philippines, there is still room for improvement in tourist facilities to better serve visitors and make the island more inclusive. Assuming you're coming from Katiklan Airport, here's what to expect upon your arrival. Ride the tricycle to Katiklan Jetty Port. At the port, there are boats that use a narrow boardwalk for embarkation and disembarkation. Even young and physically fit travelers can struggle to traverse these boardwalks when the waves are strong. Just imagine the challenge it poses for the elderly and those with mobility issues. While there are personnel assisting them, still, this is one of the things that need to be addressed. In the meantime, one workaround is to book a transfer package, which offers a faster and more convenient option. You can find plenty of these packages on site and online. If you want to avoid any worries on the day of your trip, consider reserving your slot in advance online through Klook. Find the links in the description box or pinned comment for easy reference. You can also read our How to Get to Boracay article on our website for more details.
We have articles on our website as well as other videos on the channel about Boracay. For more videos like the one you're watching, subscribe to this channel, hit the bell icon beside it, and select all. If you're watching this on Facebook, support us by following this page and sharing this video.
Okay, riding an e-trike or e-tricycle is the main mode of transportation in Boracay. Upon your arrival at the port, either Cagban or Tambisaan, you'll easily spot them. But the most important question is, how much should you pay? Well, it depends on the distance. It's best to familiarize yourself with the fare matrix so you won't have to pay more than what you need to. But first, it's also helpful to know that there are two kinds of e-trips, a shared ride and a special trip. For shared or individual rides, you will share the ride with other passengers and you pay the individual fare. The amount is based on the distance covered and your destination. It is reflected on the fare matrix. The fare ranges from 15 pesos to 50 pesos. For your reference, here's the current approved e-tricycle fare matrix. On the other hand, taking a special trip means hiring an e-tricycle for a private ride. You will have the e-trike to yourself for the whole duration of the trip. The driver won't pick up other passengers, but of course, as you can see, the fare for chartered or special trips is more expensive, from 100 pesos to 400 pesos. There are instances when drivers assume that you're taking a special trip. To save yourself from paying more than what is necessary, tell the driver right away that you are not taking a special trip. Be mindful of other passengers too. If you have luggage in tow, it's best to hire an e-trike for a special trip. We also noticed that most drivers won't really pick up passengers whose clothes are obviously wet, so if this is the case for you, a special trip is the best option too. Out of all of the offers you'll come across along White Beach, this one will surely catch your attention. Free buffet lunch or dinner. Honestly, who doesn't want to save a few pesos considering how expensive Boracay can get? We feel you and we've been through this and no doubt we'll encounter these offers when we visit the island again. But as tempting as this offer sounds, there's a catch. Instead of paying for the food, you will spend an hour or more attending an orientation involving a sales pitch for a club membership or a product. Although you're not obligated to make a purchase, they can be very persuasive. Although none from our team personally experienced sitting through an hour-long orientation, we have friends who took the bait and gave us a heads up. This is not a mistake per se, but if you consider your time as precious as your money, it may be best to look for a reasonably priced meal instead. In general, the waters of White Beach are calm and shallow, so it's safe even for kids. But it's still important to always prioritize our safety. Wear your life vest when snorkeling, follow instructions and rules when doing water sports, and stay in the shallow parts if you don't know how to swim. In addition, you'll notice beach warning flags along the beach. These flags will be your guide if it's safe to swim in the area or not. Each color represents the following conditions. Green flags mean that the waters are calm enough for you to swim in. Plain red flags or red flags with a white line are a sign not to swim due to dangerous water conditions. If yellow flags are raised, feel free to swim but make sure to keep your guard up. And if you see a purple flag, this means that dangerous marine life could be lurking in the area. A lot has changed since its reopening in 2018. Some activities that made Boracay famous, including fire dancing, beach parties, and even loud music, are now prohibited to preserve and protect its shores. There is a corresponding punishment for those who violate these rules. It pays to be aware of these restrictions, which you'll find on your screen. However, do take note that these warnings are particularly to maintain White Beach. There are still party places and you'll still find tours, people giving out flyers, and invitations to try massage places and other areas on the island. But obviously, some policies like no littering or no urinating in public places are in effect on the entire island. Unless you are doing it for commercial or professional purposes, flying drones is prohibited in Boracay. This restriction only applies to flying a drone for personal use. If you've seen or noticed a drone on your last visit, it's likely a commercial or professional shoot, which is allowed with a permit. If you are a person, organization, or company applying for a permit, you must specify the exact time and area for flying the drone and pay the necessary fee. Pre-pandemic, the permit fee was 1,300 pesos per day. We're not sure how much the current rate is, so if you know, please share it in the comment section. As the saying goes, all good things must come to an end. As you prepare to leave this island paradise and head back to the mainland, you simply need to retrace your steps. From your accommodation, find your way back to Caticlan Jetty Port through Cagban or Tambisaan Port, and then get back to Caticlan Airport or Kalibo Airport. However, there are a few important details to remember. First, you will still need to pay the terminal fee at either Tambisaan or Cagban Port. The total fee is 200 pesos per person, which includes 50 pesos for the boat fare and 150 pesos for the terminal fee. Discounted rates are available for students, seniors, and PWDs. And second, there are fewer boat trips at night than during the day. If your flight is scheduled for early morning or late at night, make sure to put in extra time for any unforeseen issues that might cause delays. On our team's recent visit in July 2024, the boat left early from 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. with the next scheduled at 2 a.m. and 4:30 a.m. The boat may leave earlier than scheduled if there are enough passengers. And here's a reminder, the travel time between Caticlan International Airport and Caticlan Jetty Port is approximately 10 minutes, while the journey between Kalibo International Airport and Caticlan Jetty Port takes about 2 hours. And that's it for this video. Many of you loved our previous Boracay videos, so it would be amazing if you guys could share your own thoughts and tips. But before you make your way to the comment section, make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you get notified when we have new videos. And you can also check out our blog, philippinebeaches.org. You can also follow us on Facebook, TikTok, or Instagram. We are Philippine Beach List on all those platforms. The Philippines has thousands of islands. It's going to take a lifetime to visit each one, so we better get counting. Again, this is Hannah. Join us next time as we check another destination off our Philippine beach list. Bye!